Hey guys, I have been having like a really weird night and I'm just feeling like super emotional and I don't know. I'm sorry this video looks so awful. It is on my built-in webcam on my laptop and I don't have any lights on except for like Christmas lights, fairy lights, whatever you want to call them. But I think I've decided that I want to tell you guys something that happened to me a few months ago that really, well, it was like almost a year ago now, but it really like put my life on hold and it still is affecting me to this day, even though like I know a lot of people won't think it's that big of a deal because I feel like when I get so emotional like thinking about it, I feel like I'm being dramatic and I'm being like super extra and like over the top because it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I feel like I just want to put it out there and I just want to tell you guys because I don't know. I just want to get it off my chest. There are only like 4 people in the world who know that this happened and know about this story. This might be kind of a long video. The actual story itself is really short, but I feel like there's a lot that built up to it. I mean, not really, but I don't know. So, let me think of names of the people in this story. So there are like 3 people that are going to be in this story. One of them is my aunt. Let's call her Jane. So Aunt Jane, and then my 2 cousins, we'll call them Greg and Alyssa. So Aunt Jane, Greg, and Alyssa. So you might know, I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and every summer my Aunt Jane takes me and my 2 cousins on vacation to Erie, like Lake Erie, which is also in Pennsylvania. It's like 2 hours away, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I don't know. It's not that far, but it's just like to get out of the city pretty much, just like get away from, excuse me, to get away from like everything here. And we've been doing that for like 5 or 6 years. And it's always the 4 of us, except for the first year that we went. Greg's friend came with us, but that was only the one time. And me and Alyssa are like really close. She's probably like the closest thing I have to a best friend in real life, at least, because I would say that one of my internet friends is my best friend, but I don't want to like put her name out there or anything. But we're like really close. She's a couple years younger than me. I'm 21, she's 15, but like we're really close. Like she was just over my house last weekend. Like we spend time together. Like we text, we Snapchat, we play iMessage games. Like we're really close, and whenever we go on vacation, it's usually like me and Alyssa share a bed, and Aunt Jane sleeps in the other bed, and Greg sleeps on the floor. And this year was like already different because Alyssa didn't come with us. She went on vacation with her other grandma and her other cousins. They went to North Carolina. And yeah, so she didn't come. So I already was like, this is like kind of weird. And like my aunt can be like really bitchy sometimes when we go on vacation. Honestly, when we go anywhere with her, sometimes she just gets in a really bad mood and she just gets an attitude and she's like really bitchy to us. So at the time, I had bought like over an eighth of weed to bring with me because I was like, there is no way I'm surviving a week with Aunt Jane sober without Alyssa. Like, it's not happening. So I brought like a ton of weed with me. And we got there on Monday and we were coming home Friday. And also, this is like 2 weeks after I started my job at Subway. I don't even know if you guys knew that I worked at Subway last August, but I actually really liked it. I liked the job. I didn't hate it. I liked it. It was a nice job. It was chill. It was easy. My hair was blue. I could have my piercing. They didn't care. I really liked the job. So we get there on Monday. We leave Pittsburgh and, we drive to Erie, like 3 hours, and I don't remember what time it was. It was probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. I'm like, I like get my phone. I'm like, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside and like call my mom, my brother, like say goodnight, all this stuff. So I went outside and I did call them, but I also like packed a bowl and I smoked a cigarette to like mask the smell. And then I was like pretty high because I was like smoking so fast so that it didn't seem like I was outside for too long, you know what I mean? So I was smoking and then I was like kind of high. I was like pretty high though. And I went back inside and I was just like sitting on the bed with Greg. Earlier the day we were playing like board games and stuff. I think we were playing like, what is that game where you have the thing, Speak Out. We were playing Speak Out and like Mad Gab and stuff like that. And, we were just like watching YouTube on the TV because he brought his PS4. And, we were just chilling. And then he was still like sitting in the bed with me. I was sitting like, I like to sleep on, if you're facing the bed, I like to sleep on the left side. So like if you're in the bed, it's like the right side. So I like to sleep on that side so that I can like have all my stuff on the little table and like, have my phone plugged in like right next to me. And just like, I like that side. Like that's always the side of the bed that I sleep on whenever I'm like in like a hotel or whatever. So, after a while I was like, I am so high. Like I should just go to sleep. So I like asked Greg, like, can we switch spots? Like, I want to sleep on that side of the bed. And I already thought it was kind of weird that he was, like, in the bed with me. Because, like I said, he always slept on the floor. Like, every single time that we have went on vacation, he has slept on the floor. But, like, I was like, whatever, So I went to sleep. And I don't know what time I woke up. But I woke up, I want to say it was probably like 2 or 3 something because the TV was off, the lights were off, it was pitch black in the room, and, like my aunt was asleep, and Greg was in the bed next to me, and, I had woken up, it was probably like 10 to 15 seconds that I was even awake. Like sometimes you wake up, you like look around, and then you like just like roll over and go back to sleep. It was kind of like that, except I didn't really look around. Greg was next to me in the bed. He was not sleeping, and I feel so weird talking about this and like saying these words. Like I feel so fucking weird about this. When I woke up for that like 10 seconds, I was on my back and my legs were spread open and Greg had his hand down there and was like doing stuff to 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 my lady area, and I just like grabbed a blanket, rolled over, and just went back to sleep. Like I wasn't awake long enough, or I wasn't really awake. I just like woke up and I was like, what is going on? And just like pulled a blanket on me and just went back to sleep. And when I woke up in the morning, like it was the first thing that popped into my head. And at first I was like, okay, maybe it was a dream. Maybe it didn't really happen. Like I smoked. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if it really happened. But it was the first thing that popped into my head, and I could just tell that it really happened between the way that I felt and the way that Greg was acting. Like, I knew that he knew that I knew. That sounds weird, but, like, I could tell that, like, I knew and he knew that I knew. And I felt so disgusting, and he was being really weird, and just, like, I don't know, like, the vibe was just so weird, because we both knew that this had happened, and, like, he's my fucking cousin, like, I don't know, I felt so disgusting, and I was like, I just gotta get through the rest of this trip, like, all this stuff. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna ignore that it happened. Like, I'm gonna pretend like everything's normal. But I didn't feel like everything was normal. Like, I felt so disgusting and so, like, violated because, like, I was 20. That was almost a year ago. I have only kissed one person. I've never had sex. I've never done a single thing besides with someone. Like, a peck on the lips is the most that I've ever done with another person. And then I wake up to, like, my cousin's hand on my fucking vagina. Like, you can just tell, like, I don't know how to put into words how I just felt disgusting. I felt violated. I felt so disgusting and disgusted and just, like, kind of just, like, in disbelief. Like, this actually happened. Like, I didn't dream this. Like, I didn't make this up. It wasn't just because I was, like, super fucking high. Like, it actually happened. I'm just, like, thinking about it gives me so much anxiety. But that is not all that happened on this trip. So, me and Greg were, like, pretty much together for the trip. Like, we would go to the pool together, like, that's pretty much it. We would go to the pool together and then go back up to the room together. And we had a room key that didn't work. We had 2 room keys between the 3 of us. And my aunt had the one that worked. And so me and Greg had one that did not work. So we could not get into the room without her. So, it was really frustrating. Like, our room key just didn't work. And on Thursday, we were, like, super bored. Like, it wasn't really hot out. It was, like, in the 60s. So it wasn't, like, warm enough to go to the lake or really do anything. So we were just, like, super bored. And so it's probably, like, noon-ish on Thursday, I want to say. I would say, like, noon-ish. And we were down at the pool, and my aunt was outside reading a book. And I went out there, and I was like, hey, like, we're wondering if we can, like, go do something, like, go to the museum or something. And she was like, yeah, we can do that. And then she was like, I'm going to go up to the room and see if housekeeping is done cleaning yet. And if they are, I'm going to get dressed, and then we can go. Because me and Greg were already dressed. We were sitting outside playing Cards Against Humanity. We weren't swimming anymore at this point. We were just sitting outside playing a game. And so she's like, I'm going to go upstairs and get dressed. If they're done, blah, blah, blah. So it's probably been, like, a half an hour. And we're, like, where did she go? Like, what is going on? And at this point, we still had a room key that didn't work. So we go up and we're just like knocking on the door. And we're like, okay, she didn't leave. Like, her car is still in the parking lot. So we're just like knocking on the door. She's not answering. He's like texting her. We're just knocking on the door, knocking on the door, knocking on the door. And then eventually she answers the door. And she's like, if I don't fucking answer the door, why are you gonna keep pounding on it? Like, flipping her fucking shit at us because we couldn't get in the door. Because she was in the shower. But she never told us she was getting a shower. She said she was going upstairs to get dressed. And after like a half hour, like 40 minutes, we're like, what is taking so long? Like, she said she was going to get dressed. That's it. So at that point, she was still, like, she had, like, a towel around her, so I was, like, I had to go to the bathroom, but I was, like, whatever, I'm not gonna be, like, hey, like, get out of the bathroom so I can go. So, first I went outside, and I smoked my last cigarette, and then I went and used the public bathroom that is down, like, near the main entrance, like, near the pool. And when I came out, Greg was sitting on the bench outside the bathroom, and first of all, I was, like, how did you know I was in there? Like, it was so weird. And he was like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I just was looking for somewhere to sit. And then he told me that he and my aunt were in the elevator, like, coming downstairs to leave. And he, like, asked her why she gets so mad at us on vacation, because it happens every single fucking year. And so he asked her about it, and I wasn't there. Like, I was either outside smoking or, like, in the public bathroom, like, whatever. I wasn't there. And she, like, started flipping out on him and was like, blah, 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 like, you're so spoiled and entitled and, like, all this stuff. And then was like, I'm leaving you, you're not coming with me. And she literally just fucking left. Like, but whenever he told me that, we went outside to look, and the car was gone. She was gone. I think I might still have the texts from that day. But, after that, we went to the front desk and got a key that worked because, you know, we had to get back into the room. Hold on, I'm trying to scroll all the way back to August. Okay, wait, there's September. Okay. Okay. This was the first time she texted me. It was at like 4 p.m. and she texted me, if you come to door we usually leave by, there's paper plates on floor outside elevator. I can't be around Greg right now or I'll kill him. And 6 minutes later I said, where are they? I can't find them. And then 13 minutes later she said, did you find them? And I still didn't find them. I'm pretty sure someone took them. And then, I left out a part of the story. On Tuesday or Wednesday, we went to dinner, and when we were, like, leaving the restaurant to come back to the hotel, her car wouldn't start. It started after a while, like, eventually it did start, but her car would not initially start. So, then, I texted her back, and I said, no, I went to every floor, and even the other elevator, and they weren't anywhere. Someone probably took them, or someone who works here took them thinking someone forgot them there. And she said, great, well, my car won't start anymore, and won't start, and so I can't get any more. And I said, sorry, I went down as soon as you texted me, and there was nothing there. And she said, okay, you can maybe use paper cups for coffee to heat up food in the microwave. That was because we had a pizza. And then 10 minutes after that, she said, I was at hotel bar, and now I'm across the street. And, like, we had no idea where she was. We didn't know where, like, we didn't know where she went. We didn't know where, like, she just left. Like, she didn't tell us where she was going. She just took the car and left. And that was it. So, at some point, we were in the room. We were just, like, watching YouTube on the TV, me and Greg. And my aunt, like, comes into the room, like, stumbles into the room and just, like, she's literally, like, stumbling. Like, she can't even stand up straight. Like, she's, like, tripping all over the place, and then she just lays on the bed and, like, passes out. And then she gets up, she puts her shoes on, she takes her car keys, and she leaves again. And then at 8 p.m. she texted me, alright, I know we have another night here, but I just got my car started and I just want to go home. And I said, wait. And then, like, 2 minutes later, I was like, are we leaving then? Like, we were so confused. I'm like, are we going home? Like, you've been drinking for, like, the past 7 hours. Like, what do you mean? And she said, I'm sorry, I just can't deal with anything. I'm afraid if I shut the car off, it won't start. And I said, do you want us to pack everything and come to the car? And she said, please, and I'm sorry, this is not on you. I think I need to deal with, I don't even know what. And then she said, you know what, if one of you wants to come down and be with car so I can leave it running, I'll come and pack. And then, so, Greg went down to the car, and he had left his phone in the room, and then he texted me from her phone and said, how is she? My phone's still upstairs. What's happening? And I said, nothing at all. Just packing everything. And this picture, he texted me of how she was parked. If you can see that, there is a line, like, right there. So she was literally in between two lines. And she wanted to drive 3 hours at night in the rain after she had drank all day home to Pittsburgh. And so, like, as soon as this started happening, I'd, like, called my mom. I was, like, freaking out. And my mom was like, don't leave with her. Like, stay there, and I'll come get you in the morning. But I was, like, freaking out because checkout is at, like, 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. And it was already 8 p.m. And my mom was like, I'll figure out a way to come get you tomorrow morning. And I'm like, first of all, my mom doesn't drive. Second of all, there's going to be so much traffic, and it's already a 3-hour drive. Like, we're going to have to check out of the room, and we're just going to be, like, sitting there with all of our luggage and stuff. So, I was, like, freaking out. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, my aunt did not say a single thing to me, to my cousin, to anyone. Like, while we were packing, while we went down to the car, while we packed up the car, the entire drive home, did not say a single word to either of us. And, like, me and him were both sitting in the back seats. Like, there were some points where, like, we literally thought we were going to die. Like, she's, like, 70. She can't drive that well to begin with. She can't see that well. Like, she had been drinking literally all day. The last time I saw her, she couldn't even stand up without, like, falling over. It was nighttime. We had to drive home in the rain on the highway, like, twisty, bendy highways. And it was literally so scary. And, like, me and him were, like, texting on the way home. And, like, we were literally, like, talking about stuff. Like, he would, like, text me, like, do you think you've had, like, a good life? Like, do you think that, like, have you done the things you want to do? Like, all this stuff. Like, we literally thought we were going to die. Like, there were certain points, like, she would, like, go, like, on, like, hit the guardrail, and I would literally gasp because I was so terrified. Like, it was so scary. And then when we were, like, halfway home, she pulled over at, like, a rest stop to go use the bathroom, and she turned the fucking car off. Like, oh my god. She said she wanted to go home because she was afraid her car wouldn't start again. So we stop at a rest stop, and she turns the fucking car off. I was like, what? Like, what even? Like, oh my god. The car turned back on, though. But she dropped him off before she dropped me off. And he was like, do you want to come in? Like, are you sure you want to, like, keep driving? Like, do you want to be in the car by yourself? And I'm like, no, like, it's fine. Like, I just wanted to go home. I wanted to see my dogs. I wanted to see my fucking family because I thought I was never going to see them again. Like, it was scary as fuck. Like, it was so scary. And then, like, she dropped me off. Didn't even say bye. Like, didn't say anything to me. Didn't say anything to my mom. Like, didn't say anything. And I didn't hear from her for, like, a couple of days. And, you know, we got home Thursday night. Weren't supposed to get home till Friday. But I was supposed to work on Monday, and I never showed back up to work again. And I didn't leave my house for, like, 4 months because I was so fucking scared of everything. Because on one hand, I was like, if my cousin can fucking do that kind of shit to me, what's stopping a stranger from doing something worse? And I was just like terrified to be like in a car. Like, I was so scared. I was fucking terrified. And there was like one of my best internet friends that I've known for almost a year. She was the first person I told, like, when all of this happened, and I'm so thankful that I have her in my life, because she really was there for me, and she understood, like, my horrible, fucking awful anxiety, and I still, like, even to, like, today, I get really bad anxiety still from that. Like, I literally, like, for a couple months after that, I thought I had PTSD, because I was so, like, I was just so scared to leave my house. Like, I still hardly leave my house. Like, I got a job and I quit after 3 days. And now I don't leave my fucking house. And when I do, I don't leave by myself. Or at least before, like, February, I hadn't left my house by myself since August. Well, September, technically, because that happened, that Thursday was August 24th. But September 4th was my dad's birthday, so I had to force myself, I had to force myself to leave my house, to go to my dad's house for his birthday. And after that, I stopped leaving my house, and if I did not go anywhere by myself. I was either, with my mom, my brother, my other cousin, Alyssa. Like, I didn't go anywhere alone. I was so scared. And I honestly still kind of am, because, like, I don't know. It probably sounds so stupid to anyone else, because I feel like the things that happen to me are not as bad as things that happen to other people. Like, other people go through such more, like, traumatic events and, like, have such worse things happen to them, and I don't know. I feel like the things that happen to me are not a big deal, but they've affected me so much that, like I said, like, I don't leave my house by myself. Like, I'm so scared. Like, I don't know, but, that was almost a year ago. That was in August. So it was, like, 8 months ago or so, and it still, like, affects me. And I have not seen that cousin, Greg, since that happened, and then my dad's birthday. I've not seen him since then, which was, like I said, September 4th. I've not seen him since then. I've probably only talked to him, like, twice, because he sends me stuff on Instagram all the time. I never reply, though. I probably replied, like I said, like, twice. But there are, like, 3 of my internet friends who know that this happened, and 1 person in real life, another one of my cousins on the other side of my family. And yeah, I mean, now you guys know. I don't know why, I just felt like getting that out there today, like, super randomly. It's been bothering me for 8 months. Like, it's been on my mind, like, holding me back, like, giving me anxiety, making me scared to leave my house for the past 8 months. And, I probably should go to fucking therapy or something to deal with it, but at least I'm telling you guys, got it off my chest, and now it's out in the open. It's out in the universe. I kind of hope that no one in this story sees this video. I don't think they will, but you never know, I guess. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to tell you guys that, because I've just been having a weird night, and I was feeling super emotional, and I wanted to tell you guys, and I did. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go now. This video is like 30 minutes long. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.